we move over into with Rogue Trader, you start moving into the 40K stuff. Really superly well painted models. Not introducing a lot new, just showcasing what is there. Heavy Metal Showcase again. I think these are the Inquisition models, the large scale models. Demon Hunters, or is it Demon Hunters? I don't know. On the pronunciation of those. There's another extremely well done individual miniature diorama. I really love models that are showcased this way with the extra work on the base. But you want to produce a pretty quality model to put that kind of effort into the base for it. Getting into the larger models for the tanks and stuff. Dreadnought. No complaints about the quality of what this company puts out. Although I think some of the people that really do put these things together and are dealing with some of the things like mode lines that want to do showcase quality work do offer a few complaints, and I don't know how you can not do mass production and not eventually have mode lines and some separation in how cast things go together. That's just, I think, the nature of the beast, but it also makes people skilled at overcoming those things. Orcs, I've always enjoyed the orcs, and there's a nice display of them and their speed weapons, their vehicles. Orcified stuff is just cool. Stuff that's been cabbaged together and thrown together, spiky, rusted. Don't know about the tactics to play them in a game, but visually they're great. Not crazy about the paint scheme of these, but these are scratch built models, which are pretty darn cool. These things look very much like bottle caps. You can kind of see them here from something. Don't know what, but anyway, well put together, and certainly more than what I could throw together. And if you want to see a guy who is just really, really creative about this, check out Canvas One in Australia. What he produces in dreadnoughts and the orc vehicles is just phenomenal. He is extremely talented and just really fun to see what he's working on at any given time. So check him out. If you don't subscribe to his channel, you should. Nice pieces of terrain here. Some type of boring machine coming up out of the earth. Staying in 40K. Rise of the Zombies. Even their black and white artwork is just really well done and real eye candy to a fantasy sci-fi geek, freak, or whatever the case may be. Here's my guys again, of course, the Space Wolves. Nice article in here about heroes and villains. Logan Grimnar. This black and white picture here is just fantastic. I mean, if you had a general like this that you had to answer to, wouldn't you rather die in battle than fail? I know I would. Love the canines and the ferocity in the face, the scars from the battles. Like I said, a black and white picture, but it really, really well depicts what this guy was to me in vision after I read about his fluff and stuff. A 500-year-old stubborn patriarch and leader of the Space Wolves. What a great character. And here these guys are, a well painted up army. Logan Grimnar in the middle of battle. It's not like he sat at home and directed His face wolves from afar. He was in the middle of the fray. Showcase models again. Here's a great thing that, and I wish there was more and more of this in the articles. As you can tell, I like terrain as well as the miniatures. But this Rohan house from Lord of the Rings, they actually have the picture from the movie, and then what they put together here. This is nicely done. This looks like something that the terrain noob might take on. If you happen to see his series of videos on this Italian Renaissance villa that he put together with just the quarter-inch board, mat board. This looks like the type of thing that he could take on and just do an excellent job of. Terrain noob, maybe you'll get inspired to do some Lord of the Rings buildings. Step-by-step instructions using the pink foam. I enjoy these articles very much. They just don't show up as often as I'd like to see them show up. And of course now we've moved into the Lord of the Rings, so we're getting the well-painted armies, cavalry, individual. This was an interesting article. This guy, this is not the typical thing that just anybody could try, because this guy actually works in their model making department, and he had access to the molds. But what in this article, what this guy did was actually cast those molds for the Balrog in resin that he tinted with an orange, then hollowed out the model and put lights in it, so you have a lighted display base of the Balrog that is pretty intense. But I've also seen paint jobs that just about give you this same effect, but this is pretty extreme. Wouldn't mind having one of those in my game room. Again, more scenarios and well-painted figures. Love the Rangers out of this group. And here's a good painting workshop. And these are other articles that I really like when they get into the fine detail and close-up shots of the various stages, which a lot of people do on their blogs and people do on their tutorials on YouTube. And it's great inspiration and well done in these magazines. And we're coming to the end of this particular magazine, as you saw, broken down into the three main categories. And then the back, as we've always come to know, the new lizardmen, which really are no longer new, but looks like they're battling against their nemesis, the Skaven. And this is another really nice done diorama of a great battle taking place. I always kind of wondered why they went for the blue schemes. Nature-wise, I would have been more tempted to do these guys in greens and yellows probably, but then I guess when you're dealing with the jungle scenery, you're probably also going to lose those guys in all the lush greenness of the jungle, so this helps them to pop on the general scenery that they play on. So maybe that's one of the reasons. I don't know. I do have a Lizardman battalion, but yeah, it's not painted yet, so I still can choose whatever color I want when I get to that. So that is the end of this review. From here I will be jumping about 5 years, getting into 2008, but I am not going to choose April. I'm going to jump 1 month ahead and do issue number 340, because White Dwarf did something particularly heinous and evil to someone who has the collector's virus. I've only seen it done once in their history of producing the magazine. I hope it doesn't happen again, but we'll save that until I review the next 5-year jump into the White Dwarf through the years. So hopefully you saw something in here that interested you, and have a great day. God bless. See you later.